Rick Warren was on Piers Morgan last night, and you would think that Piers Morgan wouldn't want to have him on that often, since Piers Morgan hates the Bible as much as he hates the Constitution. But he's always been very polite, very deferential to Rick Warren, especially last night. And it wasn't just because of his recent loss. It's because Piers Morgan knew that Rick Warren would push the gun control agenda. Rick Warren's son committed suicide with a gun that he illegally got in California.
Where did he get this gun? We now know that he had mental health issues his whole life.
Yeah. Well, he didn't get it legally, that's for sure. The gun laws in California are very strict, and they worked.
We're grateful that the laws kept Matthew from getting the gun for as long as it did.
Warren thinks that the California gun laws are great, even though his son was still able to get a gun. Anyone who is determined to get a gun will get one, whether it's legal or illegal. Prohibition doesn't work. Alcohol prohibition didn't stop people from getting booze. Drug prohibition hasn't stopped people from getting drugs. All it does is increase the availability and the lethality of the things that we're trying to prohibit. It also breeds political corruption, gang violence, street crime. It doesn't work. We just saw a shooting in D.C. where there's more gun laws than anywhere else in the country, and it was done inside a military facility. It's just like people dying from drug overdoses in federal prisons. But don't expect Rick Warren, Piers Morgan, or their followers to have a single moment of cognitive dissonance as they push for even more laws that are ineffective except to harass legal gun owners.
He wanted one, as far as you're aware, for one purpose.
Oh, only one purpose.
I have to say, Piers, one of the hard things was forgiving the person who sold him the gun.
Because they prayed.
Because I didn't want to forgive him.
Rick Warren doesn't blame himself, doesn't blame his wife, doesn't blame his son. I don't blame them. I don't know what I would do in that kind of a situation. But Rick Warren is looking for someone to blame. So he passively blames the person who sold the gun and says that he forgives that person. Well, that person doesn't need his forgiveness. Selling a gun to someone is not assisting in a suicide any more than selling a rope to someone where they turn around and hang themselves with it later is helping that person to commit suicide. If his son had committed suicide with a car, should we prohibit cars? Should we hassle people buying cars with ineffective laws? I'm here because my grandfather successfully defended his life with a gun without even firing it. Guns are simply a tool. They're an inanimate object. It depends on the person who is using it, whether it's used to save lives or to take lives. Of all people, Rick Warren should understand that it's the person that matters, not the inanimate object. If he doesn't have the wisdom to understand how guns can be used in self-defense, if he doesn't have the wisdom to understand the political implications of how guns can be used against tyrants, he should get out of the debate and not be a tool of the gun grabbers like Piers Morgan. For INFOWARS Nightly News, I'm David Knight.
The Alex Jones channel is the official page of the InfoWar. But don't miss what's happening on our other channels. The Info Warrior, with the week's best videos. Prison Planet Live, where Paul Joseph Watson gives his expert analysis. And keep up with the rest of the InfoWars crew on our other pages. All of our videos are available to repost for educational purposes. See the sidebar of the Alex Jones channel for the subscription links. And remember, you can always find our videos in the highest quality by becoming a member of PrisonPlanet.tv.